Thank you for listening to Right Jokes, Wrong Times. Today, I was joined by George Anthony. You can follow George Anthony on Instagram and Twitter at GA Comic. You can listen to him on his podcast, Willful Ignorance. And you can buy his new album on iTunes called Murder and Mayhem, or you can buy it from his website, georgeanthonycomedy.com. We started the podcast talking about the first joke on his new album. I was actually really excited to talk to you today about your jokes because you just released an album called Murder and Mayhem.
Yeah.
That album has one of my favorite jokes I think I've ever listened to on it. That first joke, I actually forgot the name because I knew I'd jumble it up, is like the rabbit, the something and whatever.
The rabbit, the turtle. No, the man, the rabbit, and the turtle. Yeah.
Dude, I love that joke. I actually saw you do that live.
Really?
Yeah, it was during a 7-minute set. It was the first time I saw that joke, and you didn't have time to finish it, and they wouldn't let you finish it. And so I saw halfway through that joke and then had to wait basically until the album came out to hear the ending.
Where was this at?
It was at the Blind Tiger.
Oh, okay.
You ran that all the way through a 7-minute set. And what killed me about that was I was dying all the way through a 7-minute set. And I have trouble filling a 7-minute set. You didn't even finish telling like one full-blown joke.
Yeah. I think I did that after I had recorded already, too. I don't know. It's something about the Blind Tiger. I just like fucking people over there, I guess.
So is it easy for you to write like really long bits like that?
I would say yes. It's hard for me to do short sets, like set up punch jokes. I can do a short set, but you might just get one long joke, you know?
Right. What I love about that joke is you tell the joke up front as a street joke, right? And then you spend the rest of the time explaining the way your dad told you the joke.
Yeah.
Is that something that came about naturally? Like, is that actually kind of what happened? And then you started the joke from there?
Definitely. My father can't really tell jokes. He'll tell you his way, you know? And so
right.
It popped in my head one day, like Josh and I were podcasting, and it just popped in my head. And yeah, from the podcast, I get like a lot of material from the podcast, you know, because it's just
really?
Kind of throwing stuff at each other. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm podcasting, girl. Jesus. Did it morph once you got on stage? Did you get on stage and be like, all right, I'm going to tell the joke out front and then stretch it out? Like the first time that you stretched it out, I'm sure it didn't go like 14 minutes, almost like 13 minutes and some change.
The first time I did it, I had a 4-minute set. It was at the Cap City open mic.
Right.
And I made it stretch to 4 minutes, and people were going like crazy for it, you know, because it's a pretty big buildup, you know, of when like where is this going, like when is this going to end, and on top of that, how long can he keep this going, you know?
That was my next question. Like, what's the longest you've ever stretched that thing out? Do you know?
The album, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was 13 minutes and 38 seconds.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, dude, that fucking joke is longer than like most of my podcasts. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
even podcast that long. I also asked you to think about a joke that you've tried on stage that you didn't think panned out. So do you have one of those in mind?
That never worked?
Yeah, that you like that never really panned out.
Yeah, there's like so many. I talk about my sister. She's on drugs, you know, and
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like life ruining. And the joke, I'm trying to make it funny because I'm an idiot, right? The joke is it's like she has to stop doing all drugs in order to change her life. Like
right.
she can't like cut back. It's not like a diet, you know. Right. When she's like, oh no, I'm kind of cutting back on the meth today, you know. I'm trying to watch whatever. It's not like you know, like trying to cut back on your carbs type thing.
Right.
It's like she just has to stop completely. It's not like, and then the thing is, it's pretty prevalent. It's like everywhere, you know. Like imagine you can't eat cake anymore.
Okay.
And everywhere you go, there's cake. There's cake at work, you know. There's cake at home. There's cake at the stores. You can buy cake on any corner.
Right.
The thing is, you can never eat cake, you know. And the thing is, right now, there's some guy in the bathroom doing cake off the toilet, and yada yada, and it just never got any legs because people kept, you know, feeling bad, like, oh my God, you know, Jesus Christ.
So do you think it's like the topic material? Do you think it's family? Do you think it's like both that just made everybody get super sad?
No, I blame myself. There's a better way to communicate it. I just got to figure it out, you know.
So do you think you can salvage something like that? And when I say salvage, I mean, do you think you can make something like that work in a great way?
I think so. Yeah, I think I think I can. This is gonna take me like a little bit more time to find it. Find the words, like the right words, the right setup, the right ending. You know, because the topic.
Right.
I think the more personal and like difficult the subject matter is, if you can make it funny, the payoff is just so great, and people really take that home with them. You know, it's not like a bit that they can tell their people at work. They're like, yo, I just saw this guy. He made me feel this and that. It's not like they're going to be telling, yo, this guy's sister's on. Hey, hold on, let me talk about drugs with you real quick. You know,
Right. To be honest, I have that problem because I tend to write more like set up punch. So it's hard for me to do like personal stuff without it coming off kind of gimmicky and like it didn't actually happen to me.
yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is, what I've learned over this time is just you just have to double down on your strengths. You know, I tried for so long to do like a shorter joke form, you know, set up punch, or you know, have these little silly things going on. But once I stopped trying to do that and kind of just start, you know, doing what I know how to do, or what I've like developed, it's really helped me out as far as like getting noticed and, you know, like standing out. So I mean, I'd say go hard in the paint with what you're good at, man, and the rest will come. You know, like the rest will slowly like develop over time. You know, and then you'll be able to do a bunch of setup punches in a story, you know?
Right. When you write about family, do you tend to go dark, or is it kind of writing across the board? Do you have like lighter bits about your family? I've heard you talk about your family in a few bits. So is it something that you tend to write about a lot?
Yeah, man. Family's everything, you know. They're a big part of my life, and I think they're hilarious, you know. I think they're sad and happy and silly, so why not talk about it? And it really resonates with a lot of people, so I lucked out huge, you know.
Yeah.
With doing like material like that mostly.
I get scared to write about family, man. Like I'm ex-Mormon. My family's still like super Mormon. So we just like, even that, we have that between us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did they disown you or anything? Or since you're ex-Mormon? No. Isn't it like former Mormon, or is it ex-Mormon?
Yeah. I mean, like same thing. They basically mean
like
the
which
same
one
thing.
hurts more? If like when you say it to
ex-Mormon, yeah.
Ex-Mormon hurts more to them when you say it? Damn, that's tragic, man.
I know there's a lot going on in the world right now.
Definitely.
So are you trying to draw from everything that's going on right now? Is there something that you were trying to do pre all this that you're trying to keep going?
Yeah, well, it's kind of, I mean, all this is, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about as far as there's a lot going on in the world, like as far as the...
I don't even know, man. There's too much.
Yeah.
Like, how do I start listing, man?
I can identify with some stuff going on, you know? So I have this bit, it actually happened at the festival I was doing in like San Antonio, where I was I don't know. Someone thought I was white, and it was hilarious because I was walking across the street to go to the theater, right, from the hotel, and I just turned my head to spit. You know, I'm walking in the street. I don't know. I guess I maybe it was inappropriate. I don't know. But I turned my head to spit, and this black woman is crossing the street, going the opposite way at the same time. And when I look back, she was very angry. She thought I don't think she was watching me, or I don't think she saw me, but I guess she just heard it. And she thought I was spitting at her or something, because she goes, "You piece of white trash," and then she spit on my shoe.
Oh.
And I just heard white trash and then spit. So I laughed at first, and then I was like, "Hey," you know, like I confronted her, and she kept walking, and I kept walking, and she's like, "You're white devil ass," and she kept walking, and then I made the other side of the street, but I had learned something in that short period of time, right?
Right. What was that?
It was like maybe white people are misunderstood, you know, and maybe black people are a little, you know, hypersensitive sometimes. Either way, I think you guys should figure this out, because people are getting hurt in the crossfire. You know,
I think it's weird that you had that level of confrontation, because I just realized like the other day that I shy away from confrontation. I won't even like hand somebody back the wrong drink at like McDonald's if they give it to me wrong.
Really?
Like that's the level of confrontation. I'm like, look, I'm gonna have to deal with this drink.
I mean, I wouldn't say confrontational, but I'm not gonna let somebody, you know, do something that's gonna hurt me or my family or something like that. You know.
If I thought somebody spit on my shoes, though, I would not have the balls to spit back on their shoes.
Really? I would.
No way.
I wouldn't even spit. I'd probably go at him or something like that, because that's assault right there. Spitting on somebody is crazy, you know.
Well, they spit back on your shoes, right?
Yeah, she spit back on my shoe, and I looked down and I saw her. Like, she could have checked herself first or something, you know. Like, hey, dude, or yo, did you just spit on me? I would have been like, no, stupid.
Yeah, dude, just jumping straight to that is
just
nuts.
Straight. She. I don't know if she lived downtown or what, man, but she didn't look right anyway, you know.
Did you have one of those like wind up sneezes, like you were like spitting on her honor?
No, I just had a loogie to get out of my fucking mouth.
Oh shit!
And,
So there's something behind it. Okay.
Yeah, it was
different.
Yeah, it wasn't just like a hateful spit. It was like I'm sick or something, or sinuses or whatever. And she took it as like I was this white guy in the city of a million Mexicans. I was a white guy, and I chose her at that time at like almost 8 o'clock to spit on her for wherever she was going.
Pandemic.
Yeah, no, it was right before. It was in February. So maybe she might have heard something before that. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't stop laughing, man. I was like, damn, dude, just white trash. Holy shit. That's not even like hurtful, really. You know.
That's what I think is funny, because with me, it's not even hurtful. It's just completely true, man. Like
think so?
I'm starting to realize just how white trash I am.
Nah, see, I think there's just the term white trash isn't hurt because you can't say black trash, brown trash. That's just a disgusting trash can. Whatever, white trash. I don't see the harm in it, but people think it's like devastating, I guess. I don't know.
Really? Oh shit.
Or I mean, people that own it, I guess, own it. But I mean, I don't see. I mean, there's plenty of worse things you could call somebody. White trash, but I don't know.
I guess the only people that hate that are the people that own truck nuts. So I don't really care about them.
Yeah,
they're just decked out Ned Hardy. Dude, I can't thank you enough for being on here, man. I really appreciate you being on. Thanks for recording me today.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah. Thanks for having me on, dude.
Yeah, man. Sorry to take your time, dude.
Sorry. What? Come on, man. I'm gonna edit that out, dude. You gotta edit that out. You can't be apologetic on your own fucking podcast.